And as the camera sweeps down from the roofs of the Munich Olympic Stadium, and of course the motto of these championships, of the multisport European Championships, is back to the roofs. This is Switzerland's Lionel Spitz, personal best of 45.46 in his heat. Has come through not just his heat but his semi-final to be here in the final. This is Karol Zalowski, lead-off runner for mixed relays at both the Olympics and the World Championships for Poland. Also the lead-off runner for their world indoor record-setting team in Birmingham 4 years ago. Thomas Portier, 2015 under-23 European champion. Lots of injury problems, but has come back to set a personal best in the semi-finals. Second Swiss runner in this final, Ricky Petrucciani, just 22 years of age. Seen him take medals last year at the European Under-23 Championships. Dylan Borlée, well, both his brothers, Kevin and Jonathan, took silver and bronze 4 years ago in Berlin. Can he make it three siblings with a European medal to their name? Alex Haydock Wilson improved to 45.08 at the World Championships. Is this the moment when he's going to duck under the 45-second barrier? Will this man get on the podium once again? He's got a plethora of relay medals at world and European level. One of the stalwarts of the Dutch relay teams in recent years, Marvin Bonvaccia. And this man, the defending champion, and I have to say the prohibitive favourite, 44.35 to become the second fastest ever European. Ran that at the Prefontaine meeting in Eugene earlier this year. Took a silver medal 2 weeks ago at the Commonwealth Games. Matthew Hudson-Smith. Keep an eye on lane 4 as we quickly scan across all 8 men in this final. Hudson-Smith just taking his time to come in from the presentation to get to his marks. They've already been out there to set their blocks. It's difficult to see anybody beating Hudson-Smith. It's going to require a real major improvement from any of these men to really challenge Hudson-Smith. 2 other Britons have won back-to-back European titles, Roger Black and Martin Rooney. Could Matthew Hudson-Smith be the third man in European Championships history and the third Briton to win 2 consecutive titles over 1 lap of the track? As they settle down, Zalowski of Poland in lane 1, Spitz of Switzerland in 2, Cordier of France in 3, Hudson-Smith, the favourite, Great Britain in 4, Bonavaccia, the Netherlands, Haydock Wilson, Great Britain in 6, Borlée of Belgium in 7, and on the outside, Petrucciani of Switzerland. And they're away. And it is indeed Matthew Hudson-Smith who's started very, very quickly. He's closing down already on Bonavaccia. Also running well, Haydock Wilson out in lane 6. It's the 2 Britons at the moment who are really pouring it on over the first half of this race. Haydock Wilson having a really good first 200 metres as they come into the second bend. Hudson-Smith now tired just a little bit down the back straight, but it's Haydock Wilson now holding on, but overtaking him on the inside, running a terrific bend and really going through the gears down the home straight. It's as we expected. Hudson-Smith pouring it on. He's got a European title to defend and he's doing it with aplomb. Petrucciani comes through a distant second, but there's no doubting at all. Unofficially, 44.54, European champion once again. It's Great Britain's Matthew Hudson-Smith.
What a season for Matt Hudson-Smith, retaining his 400-metre title. When he won in Berlin, everyone was saying, oh, we knew that was coming for ages. And then it was a torrid 4 years for Matt Hudson-Smith on and off the track. Petrucciani, Switzerland, doing some nice celebrations there as well. Matt Hudson-Smith, 3 championships, 3 medals, and Alex Haydock-Wilson gets the bronze. That was a brave run from Alex Haydock-Wilson. He committed early on. Thought today might be the day he'd sneak under 45 seconds, but I'm sure he'd take a bronze medal instead.
Here's a few stats. Matthew Hudson-Smith's winning time just 1/100th of a second outside the long-standing European Championship record of Ewan Thomas, which dates back to 1998. Ricky Petrucciani just 1/100th outside his own personal best. Alex Haydock-Wilson, a cracking run from the young Briton, 9/100ths outside his personal best.
Matt Hudson-Smith works with his coach, Gary Smith, the same coach as Stephen Gardner, Gary Evans, apologies, mixing up their surnames, they're not related. But Gary Evans loves to have his athletes work on different parts of the races, and I very much felt Matt Hudson-Smith was relaxed through that first 200, and it was at 150 that he started to kick in. We've seen him practice those different parts of the race in various rounds at the British Championships, at the World Championships, Commonwealth Games, and at the Europeans. I think that was the race plan here. Finish hard, power down that home straight, and nobody could lift with a change of pace of Matt Hudson-Smith. I wonder if he can set his sights on that European record and perhaps some Diamond League races, and it was a brilliant finish for the young Swiss athlete in second. And look at Alex Haydock-Wilson giving it everything to stay ahead of Marvin Bonavaccia for the bronze medal. It came down to the 1,000th to decide the final medal.
Well, you were talking about the European record. That stood to Thomas Schönleber since 1987 when he won the world title in Rome. 44.33. Matt Hudson-Smith improved to 44.35 earlier this season. And this is not a quick track. We've seen that in the sprint times. We know that it's an old track. It's been repaired. It's been refurbished. That was a terrific run from Matt Hudson-Smith.
He has said this year that he doesn't care too much about the times. He just wants to add to his medal collection. That's exactly what he's done. Petrucciani, someone who only 3 years ago was a European under-20 medalist, and that was bronze. So senior 3 years later and one higher step on the podium.
There's confirmation of the results. Matt Hudson-Smith, 44.53, followed home by Ricky Petrucciani and Alex Haydock-Wilson.
Back with the women's pole vault, the bar at 4 metres and 65. Holm, failed to mention, it was a national record for the Danish athlete at 4 metres and 55. And that is where she'll finish the competition. But again, clap there from Caroline Holm. Great to see her hit that national record height at 4 metres and 55 and make her first major championship final at the age of 30 after trying so many times and giving a brilliant